River Road, you got me running way back home. River Road, you got me running all night long. You got me singing some canal boat song. River Road, you got me running all night long.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to our Friday Parlay Pick episode of Niner Nuts. I'm Indiana Dan, here with Mr. Jimmy B, and our newest Parlay member, Mr. Easy E. And Mr. Jimmy B, you more or less founding this episode segment. Would you like the honors of spearheading this one?
Absolutely. You know, Jimmy B loves a good bet. We like long odds. And if it wasn't for the Jets, we would have nearly hit our parlay. Man, the Jets let us down.
I could have
If you-
cashed out $110 before kickoff, and I didn't because I believe in following the bet all the way through, even at the expense of could have had $100.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been 55 between the both of us. I mean,
Right.
really, what kind of payout is that? I mean, especially when, if the Jets win, it's $300 to split between you and me. I mean, it's a no-brainer. You go
Don't
for
remind me.
Yeah, you go for the money. You always go for the money. Ride it out. That's what Jimmy B says. So this week we got a little different parlay for you guys. Just because the games they seem so lopsided this week that basically we would have to put 9 teams in a freaking money line parlay just to get any type of decent odds due to the fact that of the heavy favorites that are going on this week. So we want to work it to where it's the 7-leg parlay. So Easy E, Indiana Dan, Jimmy B, we all came up with an interesting one. So we're going to start with, the first one you see on there, the money line. We have the Dolphins beating the Raiders in Miami. That's pretty much a no-brainer. Raiders still got the coaching carousel going on. The Dolphins have been known to beat the crap out of bad teams. That's what they do. So we think that the Dolphins will come out on top of this game. Minus 650. They're a heavy favorite in this game. 1:00. We're taking the Dolphins.
Yeah, the Dolphins, they can only beat bad teams. Even though the Raiders do look a lot better now that they got rid of McDaniels. Just follow the money on this one. There's no reason the Dolphins shouldn't win this game.
Yeah, I agree with both of you here, especially coming off of a bye week. The Dolphins have plenty of time to prepare. I suspect that they'll be coached up really well, really ready to go. The Raiders do look better under Antonio Pierce. Give them a lot of credit for that. They're playing a little bit better ball, but Dolphins are a little bit different class than them. Should be an easy win for the Dolphins here.
Yeah, for sure, especially at home. The Dolphins at home are usually pretty good. And so we find that to be a good bet to start with. Next, another easy pick, the Lions over the Bears. The Lions really are running away with this division, we think, and the Bears are coming into Detroit. So Detroit just had a big win over the Chargers. Dan Campbell with some big cojones. He'll keep the aggressiveness alive, especially against the Bears, a division opponent. As you can see, minus 455 as a favorite. We agree with Vegas. Lions money line bet to beat the Bears.
Yeah, the Bears quarterback, I'm spacing on his name. Even if Justin Fields comes back, I last I saw he wasn't coming back yet. So if it is Taysom, what's his name? Do you guys remember?
It's like Jason Baguette or something like that. I don't even know what it is.
Right. I love this guy's story, but he came back down to earth finally, and especially at Detroit. I know there's intangibles and like anything can happen with a division game. I've said that sincerely plenty of times, but no, when it's this lopsided in talent, no, it should be a Lions win. So that's where we're gonna go with it.
Yeah, fully on board with what you guys are saying there. The Lions are just too talented to lose this game. To use my typical phrase, they would really have to throw up all over themselves to get beaten by the Bears in this game, especially if Justin Fields isn't playing. There's just too big of a gap in talent for the Lions to not walk away with a win.
Yeah, for sure. And so next up, guys, we have Commanders over the Giants. Commanders at home. Giants are really an awful team. The Commanders are definitely a better team than them. Sam Howell, is he the real deal? I mean, some
No.
of these defense, I mean, I don't know. When he plays the Eagles, he literally looks like Patrick Mahomes playing out there. Like, I kid you not. Like, he has the Eagles he's played up for in 2 games against the Eagles. He's lit them up. And I think even this last week he did really good. And he had a couple throws that looked like Patrick Mahomes throws. I'm starting to be a believer in Sam Howell. Like, he might be the real deal. I don't know. We'll see. Giants are an easy team, so he should wipe the floor with them in that defense. Danny DeVito at quarterback for the Giants. I don't think he's going anywhere. So look for the Commanders to just, wipe the floor with the Giants here.
They aren't going to be destroyed like they were against Dallas. But no, they're not going to win in enemy territory. It's too lopsided talent-wise. Even though I'm not the biggest believer in the Commanders, it should be a win for the Commanders this time around too. They played before, didn't they?
Yeah, they played in New York. I mean, the Commanders did not look good that game. The Giants D, I think, outplayed the Commanders, but Commanders at home, a second look. I think the Commanders are. I mean, the Commanders are. The last couple of weeks, other than that Giants game, and look at the Eagles and last week, they're playing good football. They just got to learn how to win, and it's the Giants, so I think they'll win.
Yeah, no, it'll still be easy for the Commanders. Like I said, even though I'm not the biggest fan of the Commanders, no, they'll still win against the Giants. I got really nothing else on that. It's pretty simple, it seems.
Yeah, this is the only pick that gives me any heartburn of all the picks that we have on here. And this goes back to Indiana Dan's theory about division games always being kind of a close spectacle, and you never know what's going to happen in a division game. I looked back. The Giants did beat the Commanders 14-7 earlier this season already. You are right, though, Jimmy B. Sam Howell, I don't know that he's good, but he's leading the NFL in yards passing. He's also leading the NFL in sacks by like a bajillion. So, I mean, I don't know what.
He's leading in passing yards?
Yes.
Yeah,
because
he's leading in passing
because he
yards.
threw for 600 yards against the Eagles in two games.
Sam Howell has 2,783 yards passing. He's ahead of C.J. Stroud, Tua, Josh Allen, Jared Goff, and Patrick Mahomes. He also has been sacked 47 times.
Yeah, he's on record pace to beat that.
Which is 14 more than Zach Wilson.
Hold on. What did you say? 600 total yards or 600 in one game?
He's thrown for a ton of yards this season. So, I mean, he's not terrible. I do believe, obviously, because we picked them, I think that the Commanders are going to win this game. It's hard to beat a team twice, especially within your own division in the NFL. So I think that the Commanders will win. I do think the Commanders are a better team. The Giants seem to be kind of in a death spiral right now. It's not going to be a shellacking like they just got against the Giants or against the Cowboys this past week. But, the Commanders should win this game, by a touchdown probably, I would think.
I apologize. Yeah. I am dumbfounded. Against the Eagles, 4-1, 1-1. Holy crap. Yeah, he threw almost 700 passing yards and had a 5-1 touchdown to interception ratio against the Eagles. Holy crap. I don't know how I missed that.
Yeah. I mean, they really took advantage of the Eagles having, the Eagles didn't even have the same secondary for both games. The Eagles they've played 9 games and have had 9 different secondaries for each game.
Well, I'll backpedal my comments about Sam a little bit. I clearly was not paying attention to him. His stat line really is impressive.
It is, even though he's getting sacked at a record rate. He looks. He still looks.
He's on pace for like 100.
Oh my God.
I know. It's crazy to think, but
He's gonna.
And he has all these yards. He has all these yards passing. It's like crazy amazing.
Okay,
I think the NFL sack record is like 60.
No, I think it's up. I think it might be up in the 90s. It might actually, or
I'll say it's got to be up there in the 90s.
I think it's owned by David Carr of the Houston Texans.
It is owned by Carr. I gotta look. I'm gonna look it up while you're going.
I'll say I'm already single sack. Is that or you might find it before me because I think I might have just clicked in season. Yep, no, I just defensive line sacks. You're a better researcher than I am. Anyway,
76.
Oh, 76. So yeah, so he's well on pace to beat.
He's gonna obliterate that.
Yeah, he might end up being sacked 100 times.
That's amazing. He hasn't hurt. That's amazing. He hasn't gotten that hurt yet.
He's a tough SOB, man. Like he just takes hit after hit and just gets back up, converts thirds and 13s, and it's insane.
Well, my apologies for disrespecting Sam Howell. I learned something today.
Yeah. So, well, anyway, we think like I said, I think Sam Howell has come into his own going against this Giants defense a second time. I think Eric Bieniemy will have a good game plan on how to beat that blitz. And so I think the Commanders should wipe the floor with them with Sam Howell, and the fact that the Giants just rely on the blitz so much. And like I said, Eric Bieniemy is a good offensive coordinator. He makes good game plans, and I think he won't be fooled by the Giants a second time.
I dig it.
Yeah. So next we have an Easy E bet in here. Easy E and Indiana Dan convinced me to take the Cowboys with the spread. As anybody knows, I'm a diehard Eagles fan, and I hate the Cowboys. I hate rooting for them. Every time I bet on them to win, they end up losing. Doesn't matter how much of a favorite they could be. So this was a really hard one, but taking the points was a better bet, odds wise for us than to just take a straight line money line game. So
this is our first spread we've taken this year too.
This is the first spread we've taken this year, minus 10.5. So Cowboys are on the road at the Panthers. But yeah, the Panthers haven't shown really much fight this season with the games they've played. I think they're just. I mean, their fans are storming the stadium. Because
they honestly should be 14-point favorites in this. Honestly, with the way that the Panthers are playing, I don't have quite the time to watch every team, but I have seen a few Panthers games. The way they played against the Bears, the way they played against the Colts, the two games I gave the most attention to, they're just atrocious, man. And they were at home for both of them. Or no, they were in Chicago for the second one. But, dude, they are atrocious. And we've seen what Dallas does with atrocious teams. They drop 40 burgers on them consistently.
Yeah, but only at home.
Dude, this is the Panthers. This is 10 points. Okay, they beat them. Okay, they beat them 20-3 instead of 40-3 because they're in Carolina. Like, they're gonna get this spread so easy. I have such confidence that we'll get the spread on this.
Yeah, but I tell you right now, if they don't pull up the spread, I request not to have to root for the Cowboys again. I'm putting in a formal request. If the Cowboys don't cover this spread, I can't. You really are digging at my heartstrings because right now the Carolina Panthers are my second favorite team. Whoever plays Dallas is my second favorite team. So like, yeah.
This is it. If they don't cover the spread, this is one of those eat my hat games where reality doesn't make sense to me anymore. If they can't score more than 10 points or beat them by more than 10 points, I literally don't understand reality. If the Dallas Cowboys can't do that when they've dropped 40 burgers on other teams that just like the Patriots and the Giants.
I mean, Eric was so confident in this bet, and you guys were so confident, I don't know, maybe you guys should wear barbecue on your faces if the Cowboys don't make this spread.
So, I mean, I feel pretty. I mean, I feel pretty similar to how you do, Jimmy B. I mean, I hate the Cowboys with an intense passion as a 49ers fan. I don't like them in any way, shape, or form, and I always root for them to lose. But it's money before everything else. And this to me was easy money. When the Cowboys win, they win big. They've been just blowing teams out of the water in all their victories this season. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of their 6 wins this season have all been by more than 20 points. So I mean, they're just
they annihilate bad teams. It doesn't say that they're like, we see what they are like against good teams, but when they're against a bad team, it's annihilation.
I'm just telling you, when it comes to me betting on them, it's not going to be that way. It's not going to be that easy with Dallas. Well, I'm just saying, there's the curse of Jimmy B's money on this. That's what I'm saying.
Well, there's 2/3 of our money on it, so maybe that'll cancel out your 1/3.
It better.
I'm just scrolling this down so we can see the rest of it, see what the payout
so,
is.
But I mean, based on their past track record and history, and the Panthers' track record and history of just being atrocious. I mean, Bryce Young doesn't look like he knows what to do on an NFL field yet at all. And against that Cowboys defense, which isn't quite as legendary as they thought it was going to be this season, but is still really very good, they should turn them out and make them look bad this week. So I feel real good about that.
I mean,
I agree. I don't know. We'll eat crow if this happens and it blows up. Like you can blackball Dallas like I blackballed Atlanta.
Okay. All right. Well, moving on. We talked in the other day's episode how the 49ers should stomp the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So we're taking the money line on that one. As you can see, -575, a heavy favorite. So we're taking the 49ers to win that game. I mean, we were all on agreement with this one. So, I mean, yeah, I think what you heard from us previously in the week, we expect the 49ers to come out on top in this game.
I was going to say, Eric, I think you said it. No, the Dolphins are the biggest. Dolphins is the biggest spread. But no, this being the second biggest spread, I'm not surprised. We talked ad nauseum about it in our last episode. Now, this should be one of the next to Dallas covering a 10-point spread. This should be one of the easier picks of the week.
Yeah. And since the next game was really a hard pick, some of these games were hard to pick too as well. So we decided to get a little creative with our bets. We have the Jets and the Bills, 2 big defenses with no real quarterbacks playing each other. So we took under 40 points for Jets Bills. I 2 stout defenses, which I mean, we haven't seen Ken Dorsey, the replacement for Ken Dorsey, call a game yet or figure out an offense. So that might throw the Jets a little off scheme, but Robert Saleh is a good coach. Any adjustments will be made. I think the Jets and the Bills, I think we all agree that Jets and Bills will come under 40 points total for that. So
it was under 40 last time, and the way Josh has not progressed and the way that the Bills and the Jets both have not progressed, this seems like an easy pick that it'll be under 40 again. I really like this pick, and I like that we were going for a point over under on this one. I think that's better than the money line.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, like you said, when you kind of introduced this whole thing, in order to like make something of all this whole thing, we had to do some things differently this week rather than just pick money lines, because the money lines were just so skewed this week. I mean, the Bills are -298, so I mean, you're not really getting any value there. It's
a hard game to pick. It's a hard game to pick. Who do you pick? The Jets or the Bills, right?
Yeah.
So you go with something. So we're going with something like, all right, something different, that gives us good odds, but we also think it's going to happen. So yeah, go ahead, Eric.
Yeah. The Jets defense is legit. I mean, week after week after week, they're holding people down, slowing people up, keeping offenses in check. Doesn't matter who they play. Now the Jets offense can't do anything with that. But their defense is really, really good. So I imagine they're going to play the Bills tough. Doesn't matter to me that they're getting a new offensive coordinator. If nothing else, I think that probably plays into the Jets' hand a little bit, because I think the Bills are going to be learning something new and learning something a little different, probably a little off in what they're trying to do. So I think that plays into the Jets' favor a little bit. I think this is going to be a low-scoring game, and I think that the under 40 is going to be really in play there.
Oh, well, look at the passer rating that they've look at the terrible passer ratings that they leave in their dust every time, even with how much they've been losing, and the offense just can't take advantage of it. Like, they are destroying quarterbacks in terms of their passer rating. Like, they really are one of the top 5 defenses in the league.
Yeah. Yeah, they are. I mean, it doesn't matter who they play, what week, where, when. Quarterbacks are not having good days against the Jets. And, the Bills have a tough defense, and the Jets have a very bad offense. And so,
Well, Josh
I mean,
Allen's just off this year too. Like, that's another part of the reasoning for this. Just Josh Allen is just off, and no, we'll probably be able to take advantage of this being the first week of learning a new offense. Down the line, we'll see, but yeah, for right now, no. Under 40. I don't know if it'll be under 30. That's really low, but no, under 40 is a safe bet.
yeah, me too. And so the next one, of course, I wanted the Eagles, but Easy E and Indiana Dan were like, Patrick Mahomes on Monday night is pretty money. So they convinced me to come out of the money line, and we decided the over 45.5. Eagles have a makeshift secondary. Chiefs, Chiefs have a good defense, but I think Jalen Hurts, when you saw him in the Super Bowl last year, he could put up numbers against this Chiefs defense. So we think that this is basically a no-brainer that Eagles Chiefs will be over 45.5.
I really hope this is the second coming of that 90-point shootout Jared Goff and Patrick had, like 5 years ago now.
105 points, I believe it was, or 100. Yeah, 105 points. I literally, like, you could ask one of my Uber customers that day. I walked into their house delivering some food, and I asked them what the over-under was. Oh, they said 60, I think it was, because they both scored 30 points. I was like, it should be 100. And then I went home, watched the game, fell asleep, and woke up and found out they scored 105 points in that game. So
there's no reason. I feel very, very confident. Not in the. I agree, not putting you in that position, like, because you could make the argument either way. We were just in a rock and a hard place picking one team over the other, but yeah, I think it's a good bet. All of us confidently agreeing that we're going to take the bet that this will be a shootout. Jalen's going to be mad Jalen's going to be mad and wanting revenge for the Super Bowl. Kansas City is going to be fired up because they've been misfiring a little bit here and there. They're still winning, but against the team they beat in the Super Bowl that they know is going to bring their A game. That's why I say I hope that this is the second coming of that 100-point shootout, just with Jalen Hurts instead of Jared Goff.
And
this will be a really exciting game.
And does anybody know if Taylor is coming to the game? Because that'll have a tremendous impact on the game as well.
Yeah, it will. So it's a nationally televised game. I'm sure she's going to be there.
Yeah.
I was going to say concerts don't usually happen on Sundays. Like
this is a Monday night showdown.
Oh, right. Sorry, I keep getting that mixed up. Actually, let's look up the Eras Tour. Why not?
Yeah, see if she's got a concert.
Yeah, but I think this has a really good shot of going over as well. I mean, I think we know the Chiefs can score and put up points. I mean, that's kind of their thing. That's what they do. But their defense has been good this year. It's been surprisingly a lot better than what people expected. But giving credit to your team, Jimmy B, the Eagles are a top-notch team and capable of putting up points on anybody. And I would be hard-pressed to see them score, less than 20, 21, something like that. I mean, even if the Chiefs were to win, which as a 49ers fan, that's what I'm hoping for. I still think that the Eagles are going to score in that low 20s. So if they're going to score in the low 20s, then the Chiefs to win are going to have to score in the mid 20s. And if that happens, well, we're going over the over 45. So I'm going to be satisfied either way. So.
Yeah. Dan, you're on mute.
My bad. I'm not finding a lot of these are I'm just trying to find the general list. I'm not trying to find near my location, and that's what's throwing me off.
I'll find it for you, Dan.
Yeah.
Yeah, why am I even trying? You're clearly the much better searcher. I thought nope, that stops in August for some reason. She was just in she was in a Latin country. I don't want to say which one wrong, but she was just in a Latin country.
She is off currently,
So she should be at this game.
unless there are international dates. Let me look and see if there's international dates.
I was gonna say she was just in a Latin country.
Oh, Friday.
She might.
Oh no, she's going to be in Brazil. Oh well. So I mean, now this is how the rich people live. So I don't know what it is that she's capable of pulling off, but she's got a concert Sunday night in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. So could she get on a plane, fly back to Kansas City to be there for Travis on Monday night? Rich people life, I think you can pull that off. So I don't know.
Definitely.
When's her next concert after that?
The 24th. So she's got time to fly back to Brazil after that
She's
and
got
get
it.
back for another show. So I think she's hopping on the G5, the G6, whatever it is that the rich people fly on, flying back for the show, flying back for the game on the 20th to root Travis on, then flying back to Brazil.
She's a Forbes billionaire. She will do that.
I wouldn't be surprised if Taylor has access to Air Force One, like with her popularity, like
it's just her
residents plane back to Kansas City, please.
On Monday,
it's just her and Biden balling out on Air Force One, going to Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
Dude, a Monday Night Football game against the team that her boyfriend beat in the Super Bowl.
He's playing her brother, so it's her mom's going to be, her mother-in-law is going to be there. Oh, she's definitely there. There's no way she's not going to be there.
The whole Kelsey family is going to be there.
Yeah, there's no way she's not going to be there.
She's going to move. She's going to literally move mountains to leave Brazil to get there. Like
now, my question is,
I'll go ahead and take this down too.
Who is she really rooting for? Because Taylor Swift has come out and said that she's an Eagles fan. So who is she rooting for in this game?
She's got to root for her man, Travis. She's got to root for her man.
She's rooting for her man, dude.
You think so? You think so?
Yeah, she's rooting for her man.
I mean, Jason Kelsey's wife said that if Jason Kelsey ever played for another team other than the Eagles, she would only wear things that said Kelsey and no colors from the other team. She wouldn't root for the other team. She would just root for Jason Kelsey, and that's it. And I'm telling you, Eagles fans are different. Sometimes they take their team over their loved one. So,
she's already worn Kansas City gear, though.
Not with the Eagles in the house.
Well, true. No. Oh, I don't know. I wonder if they'll be. I'm not passionate enough to look for any bets like that. Like when there were all those bets for Rihanna during the Super Bowl that you showed me that were hilarious.
Yeah. It'd be interesting to see if any casino is giving will Taylor Swift wear a Chiefs jersey to Monday's night game, because I don't think she is. I don't think she will. So
we'll see. She's gonna get all the attention regardless. The only thing besides the game that'll get more screen time is her. So
I mean, if you guys each want to put up $1, and I'll put up $2 or whatever you want, and we'll just make this an inside bet, because maybe we get to do something like that.
Okay, I'll think about that. So whether she's in an Eagles jersey or a Chiefs jersey?
No, I don't think she'll be in a Chiefs jersey. I can't say that she'll be in an Eagles jersey, because she'll be in Kansas City.
What about gear? What about just the word gear, not jersey? Because I don't recall her wearing a jersey that often. I just want to get the semantics right since money's on the line.
Well, let's see.
So if she's wearing any Chiefs gear at all, we win.
It has to say Chiefs. It can't just be red earrings or something like that.
Yeah, it's got to have the arrowhead and the KC.
Yeah.
It's got to be official Chiefs gear.
It's got to be official Chiefs gear. Yes.
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. See, that's why I was wanting to make sure, because if she was just wearing if she's just wearing a red sweatshirt that's very vague, yes. But if you said jersey and she was just wearing a sweatshirt with an arrowhead on it that said KC, like the official one, and you go, oh, well, she wasn't wearing a jersey that said 87.
Yeah, no, I wasn't trying to get that technical about it.
Yeah, if she's wearing Chiefs, if she's wearing clearly Chiefs attire, we win the bet.
Yes. And so how are we doing this? You guys are putting up $1 each, and I'm putting up $2, one to go to each of you. If
you got it.
Yeah.
Okay. That works. I like it.
Okay, cool.
I love that you are a true degenerate, Jimmy B.
I love action. If there is a kid in Afghanistan throwing a rock, I want odds.
I am as passionate about gambling as you are. So you notice how quick I was to like pick up on trying to figure out how to make this happen, right?
Oh my God.
I like it because Dan's sort of like fresh to all of this, like I'm trying to get him on board to be more of a degenerate and
that hit my funny bone right. Just God damn, that was really funny. And yes, I'm trying, like, of all vices that I don't know, gambling's just now that it's legal, I'm more open to it for sure. Like, I don't know, like I like going to the dog tracks with my my dad and my grandfather when we would go visit Florida, but like I don't know, just gambling is just like how some people just don't like drinking, some people just don't like smoking. It's not that I don't like gambling, it's just I don't know. It was never one of those things that like just came to my mind about like, oh, I wonder if I could put money on it. I just never had that impulse thought. Like, if that makes sense, what I'm trying to say.
Oh, I'm always like, can I put money on that?
I'm always looking for a poker game, blackjack table.
Oh, see, I love blackjack. Like, I will never say I'm remotely like knowledgeable enough to play poker, but like, yeah, I like blackjack and I like slot machines, and I'm getting into how fun sports betting can be. Like now that we're like really getting into it, but yeah, I don't know. I just baby stepping into it, like how you said, like, and it's been fun.
I've won a couple sort of poker tournaments on weekly at one of those weekly bars that do poker tournaments every week to get into like another poker tournament. I've won those before. So
right.
I love poker, and I wish I had more friends that I could take their money with poker.
Okay, MJ.
Yeah. I mean, one time my ex-father-in-law literally tried to cheat to beat me, and I still beat him.
Nice job.
Yeah.
Nice job.
There you go.
Yeah. So I love poker. I love taking people's money in poker. So
well, let's hit this parlay this weekend and make some money. All right. How's that sound?
Let's make some money. Man, you got me cheering for Dallas. That's a really hard thing for me to do. And I don't even know if I'll watch the game just because I don't want to be sitting there like on edge, over 10.5.
I made a pitch to cheer for Seattle until you told me that Matt Stafford was healthy, and then no, because the Rams always have Seattle's number seemingly. But
yeah,
but no, I was about to cheer for Seattle, but I understand where your stance on it is. When it comes to money, I can take the emotion out of it, but I have an aunt that's the same way. Like, she told me she doesn't do fantasy football because she only would fill her roster with Bears players. And I'm like, yeah, you shouldn't do fantasy.
Yeah. My buddy Mike from where we work, Dan,
I remember Mike.
Yeah, he played in a league with and all his friends were Packers fans. And the first guys to go, it didn't matter who was quarterback, who whatever, all the Packers went first,
That's terrible.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Anyway, hey guys, let's we've got through the picks. We're pushing a little bit at our time we try to aim. I think now is a good time to talk about our sponsor right up there. I'll fix the design and figure out our configurations later. Anyway, RoyalRetros.com. That is your go-to place to get an authentic throwback jersey. They got all the sports there, basketball, baseball, but you're listening to us for football. So for all you 49ers fans there, look at that candlestick collection they have there. Pause this episode, scan that QR code, and go check out what they have there that are 49er-centric items, so to say. But yeah, once you find something you like, go check out and use our promo code Shady Sports to get 10% off of your entire order. It's your whole cart, not a specific item. Again, use the promo code Shady Sports to get 10% off of your entire order at royalretros.com. Go get yourself a Royal Retro jersey today. Again, promo code Shady Sports for 10% off your order. James, let everybody know about our little charity that we're doing.
Okay, guys, if you're one of our 40 viewers, you know that we have been on a mission trying to get owner accountability in the NFL. If you're new to the show, in some of the news that has come out this year about owners, the Houston Texans minority owner is charged with very serious sexual crimes in Kentucky. Our own Jed York, COO of the 49ers, has been linked in a insider trading scam in which the company that he owned was found helping students cheat in college during the pandemic. Anyway, this news was obviously known by the NFL from months, or in the case of Jed York, for 2 years, and the NFL didn't report on it. Don't ask, don't tell, according to these owners. But we all know if a player were to do anything, the league would certainly let us know right away. If you've been following the news this week, we had a player just recently get suspended 3 games for illegal hits. That's sort of reported by the NFL. Big long statement from them that came out today. Yet we have a blackmail PowerPoint of all the dirty things that the owners have done. I'm sure Roger Goodell is in possession of that, or at one time has seen it, and we don't know what's on there, but we know a lot of bad stuff is on there. There were 31 slides on that PowerPoint. And so we want owner accountability in the NFL. That's why we have started the hashtag owner standards are less than player standards, hashtag owner accountability. Go to our Twitter page, go to our pinned tweet, retweet that, get it going. And to show you we put our money where our mouth is, we are selling t-shirts for charity. Right now, this is our statement right here. You can get it on the t-shirt. $22.99 gets you that in all sorts of colors. We also have different styles, different sizes, and all the proceeds for the shirts that we sell will be going to a Kentucky crisis center. All the money that we get from this will be going to charity. $22.99 gets you this t-shirt. Now we have the Dan Snyder standoff shirt. Basically, this is our charity shirt. We did this for the Dan Snyder drive. We have brought it back for this drive. $22.99 gets you that in a t-shirt, or we have different styles and different sizes of that as well. Next, we have our Niner Knots podcast logo art. You'll find us on our YouTube channel or wherever you listen to your podcast. This will be the art that you see. $22.99 gets you that in a t-shirt, or we have different styles and we have different sizes all the way up to 4XL. Next, we have our Niner Nuts alternate logo. $22.99 gets you that in a unisex tee. However, we have different styles. A friend of mine bought a pullover hoodie in the light blue that you see there. Great looking hoodie. Get it in all different sizes, different styles, different colors. Do that today. And last, we have our Niner Nuts official mascot. How can you say no to a peanut eating peanuts while cheering for San Francisco 49ers on the couch? $22.99 gets you that t-shirt, different sizes, different styles. Just go to bonfire.com, Niner Nuts Apparel. Google that. It's the first thing that pops up. Donate to charity today.
Yeah, guys. We don't want any money from these shirts. We want to get you a cool shirt in exchange for helping out a family out in Kentucky. And we told Eric that when he signed up, so he knows. But yeah, in lieu of any news, the only thing that happened news-wise I talked about in the last 2 episodes, I'll end with a little disclaimer. Please be careful where you gamble. Be cognizant of the rules in your state that apply to you. Same with fantasy football. Just check all that stuff first. We got our numbers from Draftkings as of Tuesday the 14th. Obviously subject to change, all that good stuff. If you have a problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER as well. I should add that as a graphic when I redesign the background too, just that little disclaimer. But yeah, just be careful, guys. Do it legally. Have fun. Gamble responsibly, please. Don't bet more than what you can afford to lose. So with that, guys, in 2 days, we'll be playing Tampa Bay at home in the Bay before our big bird stretch. It's a 4 o'clock kickoff, not a 4:30 kickoff. That's 1 o'clock West Coast time. And yeah, it'll be on Fox. Either of you guys, Eric, Jimmy, anything that you want to say before we sign off for the week?
No, let's just have a good weekend. Go Niners.
All right, guys. That's it. Outro music, River Road, Justin Muth.
Catch you next week. Beat the Bucks.
River Road, you got me running way back home. River Road, you got me running all night long. You got me singing some canal boat song. River Road, you got me running all night long. River Road, where have all the women gone? Have they kissed her hand and waved you bye-bye? Have they thought about crossing your double yellow lines? River Road, they love the way you